let's start with one of, if not the biggest topics on people's minds right now, that is the Israel-Iran war. What can you share about what you've been briefed on about the conflict and U.S. involvement?
Well, you know, I was just in Israel and the region more broadly 2 weeks ago, and I met with Prime Minister Netanyahu and the opposition leader Lapid and the president of Israel, as well as leaders in the Gulf. And the one thing that everybody agrees on is Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It is an unacceptable outcome. This is a country that has said explicitly it wants to destroy Israel and it wants to destroy the great Satan here in the United States. So we've got to ensure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. The second reason we got to make sure it doesn't have a nuclear weapon is that would kick off a huge arms race, a nuclear proliferation arms race in the Middle East. So it's in America's interest, it's in America first interest to make sure Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. The Israelis have done a masterful job of destroying the terrorist proxies of Hezbollah and Hamas. They've done a great job of taking out a lot of Iran's missile capability. And President Trump's done an incredible job of standing with Israel, but trying to find a peaceful resolution to this. And now the ball's in Iran's court. They can either agree to dismantlement and no enrichment, or they ultimately are going to recognize that we've got to eliminate that nuclear capability. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but my guess is that the United States will stand with Israel and make sure it has the resources it needs to take care of this threat for all of us.
Is there a scenario where you support the U.S. directly attacking Iran?
No, I don't think. I think our best support is getting behind them. Now we may support them with aircraft. We may support them with refueling. We certainly are supporting them with technology. But Israel's leading the charge here. They've done a great job. We need to stand with them. But I'd be very reluctant, particularly with ground troops, very reluctant to get America involved in another war. We've been at war for 20 years. I had boots on the ground myself as a soldier in Iraq, and the American people elected President Trump in part because he's going to keep us safe and out of wars. In this particular case, it's in America's interest to help dismantle that Iranian threat, and I think President Trump will stand with Israel in leading the charge.